guys, it's Sim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as it is the 7th of April, 2024, and tonight was night 2 of WrestleMania 40. I thought the second night was better than the first night. I will say there was stuff I really liked on the first night. There was stuff I really liked on the second night. Overall, two really good shows. I will say that without a doubt. I can say that with 100% certainty. Tonight, last night, two really, really good shows. And tonight, with, night 2 and that main event and Cody Rhodes, John Cena, The Undertaker, The Rock, Solo, Jimmy J, all of that, it was just perfect. It was exactly what we expected for the most part. And a great match overall. Now, it's not going to be no Will Ospreay 5-star, quote-unquote, wrestling clinic match. But for what it was supposed to be, it was perfect. It was a perfect night for Cody Rhodes. Perfect night for WWE. It was exactly what it should have been, exactly what it was going to be. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did see some people online going, too much interference. They focused on other people. Man. It's like, well, duh, that's been the storyline. The storyline is other people getting involved, so then other people have to help the other guy. And yeah, that's been the story. But some people just don't get it. And we'll get into all that. We'll talk about all that. We had two new world champions tonight, Drew McIntyre and then Damian Priest. What the hell's going on with Drew? We'll talk about that as well. And so much more. But I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Give me 1 second. For some reason, they're still showing some of the night 2 or night 1 results at the bottom of the screen. That's weird. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. But I'll finish this spiel real fast. Also, remember, if you're watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by subscribing to the channel, either with a tiered subscription or with Amazon Prime. Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I'd greatly appreciate it if you did right here for Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember, head over to YouTube and help us out over there a couple of ways as well. Help us out by hitting that donate button down below. Head over and go to YouTube and subscribe. That way you know when we go live. That way you know when we post new videos. That way you know when we post on the community tab. Okay, I see exactly what it is. All right, easy fix. Easy fix. Sorry about that. Boom, bang, bing, bang, boom. There we go. Also, remember to hit that join button to become a channel member. As a channel member, you greatly help the channel by supporting us. And if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you can do so by donating a super chat. Finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're buying a free game or claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PWU Unlimited at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. Maybe you're getting Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, and you're getting Horizon Forbidden West. You download Valorant. It's a free game, but you can still put in our code. If you're getting one of the free games for this week, The Outer Worlds, Spacer's Choice Edition, or Thief, use this code right here, PWU NLIMITED, for all Epic Games and Epic Game Store purchases. Hell, go download Disney Speedstorm. The new season comes soon, and the new season is Wreck-It Ralph. You're going to race as Ralph. You're going to race as Vanellope. You're going to race as Felix, King Candy, and I think they've announced the 4th. Give me one. The 5th. No, 4th. No, 5th. Yep. Sergeant Calhoun is the final member for the Wreck-It Ralph season. So go download that game off the Epic Game Store on your PC and then put in our code PW Unlimited at checkout. But with all of that, we got so much to get into. Show itself did open up with America the Beautiful. So last night they did the national anthem, and then tonight they did America the Beautiful. Now, they usually just do both nights America the Beautiful. And that was the Vince thing, because Vince apparently never liked the actual national anthem. And so he was always like, America the Beautiful, America the Beautiful. Well, last night was national anthem. Tonight, America the Beautiful. And it was sung by the War and Treaty. For all you making the Keith Lee jokes, go to hell. Go to hell. That was not Keith Lee. Just because he was backstage at the Hall of Fame with his wife, Mia Yim, who works for the company, Michin. Yeah, making jokes because two different people are heavy set, overweight. Oh, they look the same because they're both African Americans and they're heavy set. No, it's unsensitive, stupid ass jokes. And I gave one person a pass in the live chat, but if I see him again, you're gonna get banned. You're gonna get banned. We don't need that kind of a culture and a community here. So this then leads to our first match of the night. It's the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, and I didn't see any of the kickoff show. NASCAR race was on. Watched that. It literally ended like 30 minutes before the race or before the main show started, so I didn't see any of the kickoff show. Like I had it on, and yeah, just didn't pay attention. But as far as the main show does go, it opened up. CM Punk came out, got his big entrance, and he was on commentary for the first match, which was Seth Rollins defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre in a 10.5-minute match. So Drew gets a cool entrance. He's wearing these like shredder-looking gauntlets, really cool. And then he's got I don't know who the guys were, but he had guys playing bagpipes, and then he had guys holding swords. It was reminiscent of Undertaker's WrestleMania 20 entrance when he had the druids with the torches and he walked through it. That's what it reminded me of. I thought it was funny. CM Punk goes, he said something about, you got to watch out for me. That guy's got a, what do you say? That guy's got a pipe band, and you know, I got a pipe bomb or something like that. I thought that was funny. So they're in the ring. They do the entrances, and immediately, Drew runs at Seth. Claymore, 1, 2, kick out within the first 8 to 10 seconds. And they had me. I thought that was it. I said, whoa. You're really going with the Seth is so beat down from the last couple of months and then last night that he's just going to lose that. Oh my. Never mind. So McIntyre chop blocked him and launched him onto the outside with an overhead suplex. He then goes over to his wife, grabs the phone from her, and sends a tweet. Yeah, you heard me. Drew McIntyre tweeted during WrestleMania. I'm going to pull this up on the screen for you guys if you didn't see it. Actually, a couple tweets from Drew we have to look at tonight. But we have this first tweet here. Let's pull this up. 1 second. So Drew first sends up this. So this is what it was. Grabs his wife's phone, and he starts tweeting from it, and he tweets out the following. Bored at work, LOL. Pop me. I liked it. I'm like, this guy, he's tweeting during WrestleMania. During, not just WrestleMania, but a match that he is having at WrestleMania. We'll come back to that, though. So, the match continues. I think he took a selfie with the phone, too. I don't know. I didn't see if that got posted. McIntyre taunted CM Punk at one point, and that's set up for Rollins to... He taunted CM Punk and set up Rollins for a DDT. He then tried to go... Rollins then countered into a pedigree. Rollins then hit a curb stomp and got a 2 off of it. They traded blows until McIntyre hit a neck breaker. McIntyre went for the Claymore kick, but Rollins caught him and hit a powerbomb and a pedigree. Rollins then hit another stomp. We only got a near fall off of it. Rollins went for the stomp off the top, but McIntyre dodged it. They traded counters until McIntyre hit a future shock DDT for a 2. Punk then admitted to wincing at that one. because he thought Drew was going to win it there. He did not want Drew to win. McIntyre then did the go to sleep taunt, looking at CM Punk, and said he was putting the crowd to sleep. Punk said that. McIntyre then went for the GTS, but Rollins rolled through it, rolled him up, and got a 2. McIntyre then hit another Claymore for a close near fall. McIntyre then cleared the announce table, but Rollins fought him off. Rollins then cleared the other table and hit a running stomp, bouncing McIntyre's head off the table. Rollins kept selling his knee throughout this entire match, which I thought was really, really good. Rollins tried to follow up in the ring, but McIntyre once again hit a Claymore for a near fall. McIntyre then said, one more, did the countdown, hit the Claymore, and pinned him 1, 2, 3. There we go. Great match. Fun opener. So good. But it wasn't over there. So McIntyre wins. McIntyre's the World Heavyweight Champion. He's in the ring, down on his knees, looking at this belt. Seth gets out of the ring. Seth is on the apron, or not the apron, but on the ringside area over by the ramp. And he's like trying not to cry and whatnot. Just saying like, take care of that belt or something like that is what I think he said. And so Drew then gets out of the ring, goes over to his wife and like hands the belt to her or whatever. Look what we got and this and that. He got to win the title, not just in front of the fans, but in front of his wife. This man then walks over and crawls on the announce table. And he's like, goes like that. Michael Cole, Pat McAfee walk away. Corey Graves leaves. And it's just Punk and Drew. And Drew's saying stuff to Punk. And Punk's like, I can't hear a word you're saying. You need to speak up. And so Drew stands up. And he's like, I'm going to end you. You think this is it? I'm the champion. And now I'm better than you. And this and that. And he's got the title in one hand. And he goes like this. And Punk's just like, oh, okay. And so, like, Drew's just talking shit to CM Punk, and he's going and going and going, and Punk stands up. He goes to walk away, and Drew turns and looks down at him. Remember, Drew's still up on the announce table, and then Punk just says, screw it, grabs the leg of Drew, yanks it out from under him. Drew crashes down on the table. Punk then pulls the arm brace off, takes his jacket off, and just starts unloading on Drew McIntyre. In that moment, the music of Damian Priest, Senior Money in the Bank, or as Finn Balor now calls him, Senior Heavyweight Champion, plays, and he runs down to the ring. And I thought this was so good. So good. Like, Drew's hurt. Drew's down. Drew's been punked out by Punk. And so Damian runs down. He runs around the ring, down the hard cam side, runs around over in front of the announce tables. And as he does so, he's running, and just boom, hits Drew in the face with the briefcase and takes a couple more steps, keeps running before he stops himself, turns around, looks at the ref and goes, I'm cashing it in. Throws Drew in the ring, hits him with the South of Heaven chokeslam. I always get those mixed up. It's the South of Heaven. This is the chokeslam. I think so. Correct me in the live chat if I'm wrong. So he cracks him with the South of Heaven and pins him 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And so I need to pull up a couple of tweets here now. So there was one. Okay, here it is. So there's this one. And this one. Okay. So Drew sends out this tweet after the match. So before we get to this, Damian wins. He's celebrating. All of Judgment Day come out. They celebrate together. And now think about it. Judgment Day now has the 2 top titles on Raw. They've got the Women's World Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. So Drew then sends out this tweet that just simply says, fuck. But then his brother sends out this one. And I'll show you the image here in a second. Well, actually, here we go. His brother sends out this. It says, not staying after that bullshit. I'm going to be there for my brother right now. Thank you for the nice messages, but this is bollocks. Good night, Philadelphia. And so it's basically all of Drew's family flipping off the stadium. Flipping off the stadium. I was like, oh, okay. Sure. I don't know if that's in storyline. I don't know if that's what that really means. I really don't. So we do know that Drew McIntyre's contract is up soon. And they did exactly what I said. They did my suggestion, basically. No matter what, if Drew is re-signing or leaving the company, Drew wins the belt. Drew beats Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship. But then if there is any doubt on Drew staying or whatnot, or maybe Drew taking time off, I don't know. If there's any doubt on anything, you just have Priest cash it in. That's exactly what they did. Now, I don't know what's going on with Drew McIntyre. I don't know if Drew McIntyre is re-signing with the company. I don't know if he's leaving the company. He set up a feud with CM Punk. He continued the CM Punk feud. So that right there would lead me to believe that either he's re-signing or he's maybe taking time off. It's going to be one of the two things, maybe. I don't know. But it's just very interesting. He held that belt for less than 5 minutes. So we'll see what it leads to tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. Priest is a new champion and so forth, and I love it. I think it's great. Finn called him, what was it? Hold on, let me pull that up on the screen. Finn had a good tweet. Finn Balor. Oh, Triple H got his photo with Cody. Finn Balor. Finn tweeted out, Senior Heavyweight Champion, hashtag WrestleMania. And this shot of all of Judgment Day together is so good. So good. So, that match itself, like I said, 10.5 minutes. Really good, really fun, great opener, and great, what's what I'm looking for, angle afterwards. We now have our second ever WrestleMania cash-in. First time it was Seth Rollins turning the WWE Championship match into a triple threat. This time it was Damian Priest, but after the match, there was something in the back of my head that was like, maybe they make this a triple threat because it plays back to WrestleMania 31 with Seth. But no. So then we get the Philadelphia street fight. It is the Pride, which is, they didn't say the, maybe I didn't hear it, but they didn't say the Pride during their entrance. But, and I'm going to double check this, WWE posted a graphic that said winners, the Pride. I'm going to double check this really quickly. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Hold on. Look at this cool t-shirt that they're selling now. I need to buy this one. WrestleVotes just tweeted this. The story continues. April 7th, 2024, Philadelphia. It's got a red, white, and blue version of the Mania 40 logo, and it's got Cody's belt. It's Cody belt. It's got the Cody side plates. It's World Heavyweight Championship, or the Undisputed Championship with Cody plates on it. Cody's been teasing he's going to get a new belt, though. So we'll see if that does happen. If they do get a redesigned belt for Cody, but I like that shirt a lot. I like that shirt a lot. Is it up on shop yet? Let's look real fast. WWE shop. Is it up on shop yet? It is. You can already buy it. You can already purchase it. As we look here, you can get a few different versions of the champ. Oh, wow. Bunch of championship stuff. So they have a tumbler, a glass, a pennant. This is a, what is this? A single side, a towel. They have shirts and jerseys. And then they have this in youth and adult size for $32.99. So very cool. Very, very, very cool. I might have to order that shirt. I might have to get it. Oh, it's got something on the back. We didn't see that. On the back, it just says American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. And I guess they're selling them at the building, which is smart. So, like I said, Philadelphia Street Fight, and they bring out Snoop Dogg as a special guest commentator, and then they bring out Bubba Ray Dudley as the special guest referee. And I'm like, what the what? Okay, this is cool. I saw people online mad because they don't like Bubba, Bully Ray. And get over yourself. Elite says that was fast. It's called they knew the outcome, and so they had the shirts ready to go. I mean, it's like with the NFL and the Super Bowl. They make shirts and hats and everything for both teams. So that way, as soon as the game ends, they can start selling stuff. I mean, that's what the NFL does, and MLB and the NBA and the NHL. They all do the same thing. But with wrestling, it's even easier because you don't have to be like, well, who's going to win? Cody or Roman? We need shirts for both of them. No, you know who's going to win unless an audible gets called last minute or someone gets hurt. You know who's going to win. So you print up and bring those shirts to sell. It's the advantage of being a scripted art form, performance piece, form of entertainment. I don't know exactly what you would say. But it's the advantage of being scripted. You know what the outcome's going to be, so you know what T-shirts to make and not have to make. As far as this match does go, Karrion Kross and AOP attacked Lashley and the Street Profits early on with kendo sticks. Commentary made a Sandman reference. Also, Street Profits come out, or the Pride comes out wearing green, and Snoop goes, "Hey, Bobby Lashley, give me that green." I was like, okay. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins tried to help. They got overwhelmed by kendo sticks as well. Karrion Kross tried to cover, and B-Fab broke it up with the kendo stick shot. So Scarlett threw a trash can at her. I was like, oh, okay, we're going there. Lashley then gave Kross a flatliner, while the Street Profits took out AOP out of the ring. Ford then hit a big old flip dive onto AOP to take him out. Lashley gave Kross a spine buster on a chair. Lashley applied the hurt lock, but Scarlett hit him with a kendo stick. B-Fab then knocked her down with the pump kick and put her through a table with the side Russian leg sweep. Karrion Kross then hit a Saito suplex for a 2. Kross wasn't happy with referee Bubba Dudley and kind of shoved him. Bubba then put on the Dudley glasses, the black thick rims. Kross turned around only to get speared by Lashley. Lashley and Ford then held down Kross so Dawkins can do the Devon headbutt. Bubba then said, "Get the tables." They did, but it broke too early, so they grabbed another table, unfortunately. Ford then put Kross through the table with the frog splash, and Lashley made the cover to pick up the victory for the Pride. So there we go. The Pride victorious at WrestleMania over the Final Testament. What is this? Oh, okay. Gotcha. There's someone sent me something with Dustin Rhodes, and I'm just like, oh, that's something from Collision last night. Dustin Rhodes was there. Dustin Rhodes was in the suite with his family. And I believe Ricky Starks was there as well. Also just announced breaking news. Pat McAfee, we know this. Pat McAfee show will be from the world tomorrow. 16-time world champion John Cena will be live on the Pat McAfee show tomorrow morning. So that's cool. Also, Roman Reigns' reign ends at 1,316. Would have been cooler if Austin was there with that number, but unfortunately, no Steve Austin. No Steve Austin, which is weird. Like, they wanted Austin, apparently, but right now Triple H is talking at the press conference. I'm trying to find that graphic to make sure I wasn't just seeing things, and it actually said the Pride. I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah, it says the Pride. The Pride. So they are calling him the Pride. Which is weird, because, and I'm going to go check something, Fightful had a report saying they aren't listed as the Pride. Well, that's different there, buddy boy. Let me see. Hold on. Fightful had a thing that said... where is it? Come on. Oh, it says right here. Is it this one? No, it's from yesterday. They must have edited it and changed it because it's not the same anymore. Oh, here it is. It says Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits aren't officially listed as the Pride internally. Yet, WWE posted a graphic that said the Pride, winners, the Pride. Wade Barrett called them the Pride on the pre-show, the countdown. So, they're the Pride. Anyways, back to the action. Snoop Dogg then gets in the ring and celebrates with the Pride. It was fun. I liked it. I had a good time watching this match. There was the Bloodline Rhodes recap video. Kayla Braxton then interviewed Paul Heyman. She said, what is Bloodline Rules and what does that really mean? And he's like, he mocked her and said, what is it? It means whatever we want it to mean. Whatever me, the head of the table, and the final boss determine. The match will only end when one man walks out the winner and the other man goes home to his wife, Brandy. And I was like, oh, Brandy reference. We're seeing her later. And I knew we were going to see Brandy in some special way because we didn't see her at all during last night's main event. She wasn't with Mama Rose or her dad, Otis, in the front row. We then got some commercials, 2K24, Slim Jim, and so forth. And then LA Knight drives in on the Slim Jim car into the parking lot. We then get LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Also, there's the Street Profits Pride Testament match, 8.5 minutes. They kept it short and sweet. This match, 12.5. Well, 12:28 is what's listed. No, 12:25 is what's listed on Wikipedia. But so LA Knight comes out. AJ Styles comes out. He's got new music. We only heard a little bit of it, and fans were all like, yeah, fuck Def Rebel. Fire Def Rebel. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, whatever. Who made Roman's current theme? Because whoever made Roman's current theme, I love Roman's current theme. You hear that music. And you just know, oh, this guy's badass. But we didn't hear much of AJ's theme, even though fans were like, it sucks, man. And I'm just like, well, we wait till we hear more of it. So AJ, the reason we didn't hear a lot of it is because AJ comes out, does this, and then runs down to the ring, jumps in, and he just wants to fight LA Knight. And that's what this was. This is more of a fight than a pro wrestling match. And I liked it. Styles went right after Knight's leg. But Knight came back with a Russian leg sweep, stomps a running knee in the corner on a tornado DDT for a 2. Styles then dropped him face first onto the turnbuckle. Followed this up with the German suplex and a face buster for a 2. Styles then went to the top, but took too long, and Knight tripped him. Knight then bit Styles' face, so Styles returned the favor by raking the eyes of LA Knight. Knight leaped back up and hit a released German suplex. Looked awesome. AJ did the whole flip through to land on his stomach. And Pat McAfee asked him to confirm the name of the move, and Cole admitted he learned a lot of moves' names by calling the video game. Styles then applied a calf crusher, but Knight got a rope break. Styles then dropped Knight's knee pad and kicked him right in the leg. He sent the leg into the post. He then seemed to set it for a figure 4 around the post, but Knight pulled him into the post. Knight then removed the black floor mats, but it wasn't concrete underneath. Instead, it was the boards that they put over the grass when they convert it from a football field to a wrestling stadium, I guess you would call it. So Knight tried a powerbomb, but Styles countered it with a back body drop on the boards. Knight then beat the 10 count to get back in the ring, and Styles hit him with a springboard at 450, but Knight got his knees up. Styles then hit a Pele kick, but Knight blocked Styles' clash attempt. Knight then knocked Styles off the top and hit a BFT and pinned him to pick up the victory. So in his first WrestleMania match, LA Knight is successful. Very cool. Very cool. Match was fun. Good. If we're looking at all the matches overall, I would say this was it was a little better than the street fight. I will say I like this a little better than the street fight. I was trying to see, those were probably the weaker matches, the two weakest matches of the 7, for the street fight and the LA Knight AJ Styles. But I would say the street fight, because it was like kind of shorter and it was just, the car crash match. It was just hey, we're going to use kendo sticks and chairs. So I would say that was the worst match, even though it wasn't bad. Like, it sounds bad calling something the worst match of the night, even when like nothing was really that bad. So as we go forward, where is it? There are clips from the Hall of Fame, and then they brought out this year's inductees. Paul Heyman, of course, is the headliner. Got a separate little induction with his music, the ECW theme playing. They always do that. They always have, everybody lined up, and then whoever's the headliner, they play their music last, and this and that. And really cool, U.S. Express, Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham, they had their U.S. Express jackets on, but then they unzipped them to show they were wearing Bray Wyatt T-shirts. We then got a bunch of videos, and then a video package for the next match. It was about 15 minutes between matches. Well, no. 15 minutes between the Hall of Fame stuff and the next match. Maybe 10. Maybe I counted wrong. Maybe I timed it wrong, whatever. Anyways, we got the U.S. title match. Logan Paul comes out first. He's on the back of a big pickup truck with a Prime bottle. They wanted you to think that it was a cannon shooting the fireworks, but yeah. He then jumps off, and a Prime mascot is with him. The announcer speculated, is that KSI again? It wasn't. It was some guy I've never heard of before. I guess his name is, hold on, I don't even know. I asked on Twitter. His name is, I said, who dis? It is, I said, who's this? And I got a bunch of responses saying, I show speed. And I was like, oh, okay. And someone said, like, he's like one of the most popular Twitch streamers. He made millions off of Twitch last year. Okay, cool. I have no clue who he is or what he does. Never seen or heard of him before. I show speed. Like, really? Some of these Twitch streamers were just the stupidest ass names. Anyways, Logan Paul comes out first. We then see Kevin Owens walking through the back. He gets the gorilla. Sami Zayn's there. Sami said, it's your turn. Go get it. Owens then walks through, and then we don't see him for a second, and then he shows up on a golf cart. Also, so dope. They had the KO Mania graphics to look like the ECW logo. That was awesome. So Kevin Owens drives the golf cart down the ramp. I don't know why he had a golf cart for the entry. We'll get to it. I thought it was funny. So Randy Orton's music then hits. I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. They understand. They talk to me. And so Owens, he's like doing something, fiddling. And I'm like, I know what this guy's about to do. He sticks it in reverse. Golf cart's not the easiest thing to put in reverse sometimes. And then he back up the ramp and goes, Randy, get on. And Randy's like, no. He's like, yeah, get on. And so Randy Orton gets on. And Kevin Owens just down the ramp. And Randy goes, slow down. I thought that was so funny. So the match, it begins. And Paul tried putting Owens and Orton against each other by jumping out of the ring early on, but it really didn't work. They teamed up against Paul and beat him up for a good 3 minutes until they went for the cover simultaneously. Owens seemingly reasoned with Orton, but Orton went for an RKO. Owens then blocked it and was annoyed. Orton tried reasoning with Owens, and they agreed to start fighting, so they traded fists until Paul knocked them down with a double buckshot lariat. The crowd then started chanting Gatorade, Gatorade at Logan Paul, which was actually kind of funny. Owens then tried a diving senton, but Paul got his knees up. Paul hit a diving senton and transitioned it perfectly into a splash on Orton for a 2. Orton and Paul then traded uppercuts, and the announcers put over Paul, saying that he gets better every time. The crowd then booed. Orton poked his eyes, and Orton clotheslined Owens and hit a power slam. Paul tried a springboard move, but Orton grabbed him and hit a power slam. Orton then hit Paul and Owens with a double draping DDT. Owens super kicked both guys. Owens hit Orton with a code breaker while falling on Paul with a senton. Cole then mentioned that Owens beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 33. Very interesting. It's like the second time in the last month or so they've mentioned Jericho. Weird. Owens then gave Paul a package power slam and a moonsault for a 2. Orton then blocked the pop-up powerbomb and hit an RKO out of it for a near fall. Paul punched Orton with the brass knucks, but Orton kicked out. Paul then knocked out Owens with the knucks as well. Paul tried another punch with the knucks, but Orton countered into an RKO. Randy then grabbed the brass knucks, but then said, I don't need them, gave him to the referee, and set up for the punt kick. But the Prime Bottle, well, saved Logan Paul. The Prime Bottle then revealed himself as I Show Speed guy. That's what you're saying here in the chat. I Show Speed. It did not sound like that's what they were saying, the commentary. I had no clue what they were saying. Like, I don't know. I couldn't understand, really. Like, Asha Speed, Asha Speed, Asha Speed. I was like, what? Asha Speed? But yeah, I don't know who he is. Like, the face, I have seen his face before. I will admit that. I've seen his face before, but I didn't know who he was. I know I'd seen his face somewhere. I've probably, like, seen a clip of him on Twitter or something. So he barked at Orton. So Orton just boots him. Orton barks back, which was so funny. Randy is just, oh my God, great. And then he gives him an RKO on the announce desk. Owens then gave Paul a pop-up powerbomb and stunned Orton for a near fall. Owens tried to pop-up powerbomb, but Orton countered into an RKO. Paul then chucked Orton out of the ring and gave Owens a frog splash and pinned him to retain the championship. There we go. Logan Paul is still your U.S. champion. And so when Luke and I did all of our predictions, right? Back on Monday we did after the Monday Night Raw podcast, did all of our predictions. Every single prediction was exactly the same except for this match. He said Kevin Owens. I said Logan Paul. So if we were betting anything, which we didn't, I would have won. Just gonna tout myself right there. So this match was fun. This match was good. This match was great. Then we get Bayley and Io Sky. Also, that last match went 17 minutes and 39 seconds. Then we get Bayley and Io Sky. Bayley's got an Egyptian-themed entrance where she's being carried out by 4 dudes. Don't know who the dudes are. And Corey Graves says that Bayley's from the Bay Area. And there's actually an Egyptian museum park in the Bay Area called I've been there. I just don't know how to say it. Roscrankian Park. I've been there. I just don't know how to say it. And also Bayley wearing Warriors colors, blue and gold, repping the Bay Area. So Bayley and Io squared off in a 14.5-minute match. Bayley hit a suicide dive early on in the match, which sold her leg upon landing. And that was the big thing here. Bayley sold it like her knee was injured throughout a lot of this match. Sky targeted the leg and the knee and smashed it against the ring post. Applied a leg lock on the apron as Cole spoke about Bayley's past leg injury. Sky then worked her over, but Bayley chucked Sky into the timekeeper's area. She tried to dive off the barricade, but Bayley countered into a spine buster. They then noted how George Kittle was there watching and cheering on Bayley. George Kittle, San Francisco 49ers. Bayley, huge 49ers fan, friends with George Kittle. Sky then fought back and hit a moonsault to the outside of the ring. Bayley came back with a sunset flip powerbomb into the bottom turnbuckle for a 2. Sky then hit a German suplex, rolled through and hit another German suplex for a 2. Bayley got her knees up on a moonsault attempt, but that just hurt Bayley even more. Bayley fought through and went for a flying elbow, but Sky dodged it and applied a crossface. Bayley escaped and hit a back elbow, but Sky caught her in a crossface again. Bayley tried to get a rope break, so Sky caught her in an STF. Bayley fought out and hit a Bayley to belly for a near fall. She hadn't done that move in a while, so it was a big deal. They traded strikes and so forth until Sky hit a backbreaker and then a moonsault and got a 2 off of it. Sky hit consecutive moonsaults from the ropes, from the floor, or from the mat, and this and that. And Bayley dodged the 3rd one. Bayley tried to go for the Rose plant, and Sky literally rolled through it, which was actually really cool. Bayley then takes her down with a clothesline, flying elbow, Rose plant, and pins her. 1, 2, 3. Bayley is your new WWE Women's Champion. I thought this match was very good. I loved the fact that Bayley did the whole knee thing the whole time and sold it really well. And the only bad part about it is you knew it was a fake knee injury because the ref never checked on her once. Other than that, I thought this match was so good. So then they tell us there's a bunch of celebrities here. Michael Che, however you say his name. Warren Treaty, who we saw earlier in the night. T-Pain, George Kittle, who got booed because, well, he's a San Francisco 49er. Vanessa Hudgens and Lily Singh. They then had the Philadelphia Eagles cheerleaders in the ring and had Snoop Dogg announce that tonight there was 72,755 people in attendance. Then Snoop Dogg did state that, the overall 2-night attendance for WrestleMania 40, 145,298. 145,000 people over 2 nights. Oh, I didn't get the number for yesterday. Let me see. I could do the math really fast. If you take 145,298 minus 72,755. Yesterday was 72,543. Gotcha. I remember it was like 72 or something. So yeah. So it's like, oops. Yeah. So a lot of people were there. A lot of people there. WWE did a tremendous job. Then we got our main event. We get the video package to hype everything up, and Cody comes out first. Cody comes out, and they make it look like an American wasteland, a battlefield with the graphics on the screen. And then Cody comes up through the elevator. The Cody Vader comes up wearing a cool, skull mask. The camera then pans back, zooms out, dollies back, pulls back. And Brandy's there. Brandy flipping Rhodes. And yes, I cried. When Brandy walked up, I shed a tear of joy. I said, oh my God, it's Brandy. So she takes the mask from him, kisses her husband, and sends him off to battle. Basically what it was. She said, I will take your helmet. I will take your mask. My champion, go do your deed. So, what? Okay. Yeah, no. I'm not even giving him a timeout. This guy's just banned from the channel, making up fucking stupid ass shit about Roman. Yeah, you can go take that elsewhere. So, anywho's, where were we? So he comes down to the ring. Great ovation from the crowd. Everybody's wanting Cody to win. Everybody's for Cody. And then Roman's music. And they have an orchestra and a choir playing and singing Roman's theme. And again, like I said earlier, Roman's theme is so badass. I love Roman's theme. You just hear that bum dun 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 bum dun 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 bum bum bum, and it's just like, man, that just sounds like someone was gonna come out and do some shit. So bloodline rules, which means there's no rules. Match itself only went 33 minutes or so. I expected it to go longer. Word was that they were allotted about 45, just like last night, which apparently last night's match went well over. But yeah. They do the entrances and the intros and everything, and the crowd's on their feet as the match begins. There were some boos for Rhodes during his entrance. I will say that for sure. but the cheers very much outweighed the boos. So the two got face to face early on, and Reigns looked very confident, as he should. Rhodes then hits the gold dust uppercut early on. Rhodes then dodged the charge, and Reigns went shoulder first to the ring post. Rhodes grabbed a table, threw it into the ring, but Roman cut him off, hit him with a drive-by dropkick. Roman then does the greatest thing a heel can do in 2024. Take the table and put it back under the ring. Like, such the perfect heel move in 2024. Fans nowadays, all they want is tables, tables, put someone through a table. So when you put the table away, ooh, they're going to hate your ass. He puts the table away, but Rhodes then chucks him into the steel steps. Reigns was the first to use the weapon here, attacking Rhodes with a kendo stick. Tried to be a big poppy David Ortiz here with the big swing. He literally had the big swing back. Rhodes ducked one of them, hit a bulldog. Rhodes then applies the figure four, but Reigns raked the eyes. Reigns worked over Rhodes and says, "I'm going to whoop your ass." Fought into the crowd. He fought on top of a table. Reigns tried to suplex Rhodes off the table, but Rhodes suplexed him on the table. Back in the ring, Rhodes went for a disaster kick, but Reigns countered with the powerbomb. Reigns then hit a vertical suplex, and Rhodes kicked out. Roman then had Cody down against the ropes, and he was like punching him and everything, and he's like, "I'm going to do like," he said, "I'm going to do to you like I've done to everybody else. Send you away. Maybe I'll send you to Hollywood. This is my company, you little bitch." And I'm like, whoa, okay. Girl. And Pat's like, "Oh, call him a bitch." No. Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, call him a bitch." Something like that. Like, Pat says something funny as hell like that. Reigns then hits a fisherman suplex. Two off it, though. Cody kicks out. Reigns then hit repeated clotheslines in the corner, but Rhodes comes back with a superplex. Or super kick, I mean. They knocked each other down with clotheslines. They traded right hands, and Rhodes got the better of it. Rhodes then hit a power slam and a disaster kick for it, too. Rhodes then went for the Cody cutter, but Reigns caught him and hit a Cody cutter for it, too. Yes, Roman hit a Cody cutter. Reigns laughed and was like, "That move sucks." Because, couldn't keep Cody down. Rhodes then dodged the Superman punch and hit the jabs, bionic elbow, wing. Rhodes then clears the announce desk, and Reigns hits a low blow and a power bomb to Rhodes through the table. Reigns follows this up with a Superman punch in the ring and only gets a near fall. Rhodes blocks the spear and hits a Cody cutter for a 2. Reigns then tries to go for the rock bottom, but Cody blocks it and hits a spear of his own for a 2 about 20 minutes into the match. 20 minutes in and no interference yet. These two are just having a match. Just having a match. But as I say that, Rhodes hits a crossroads, and before he can go for the pin, in comes Jimmy. Jimmy Uso comes, super kick to Rhodes, and Roman hits a Superman punch. Before Reigns, I don't know, I keep getting them mixed up. Before Reigns can go for the pin, though, we get the music of main event Jey Uso, and he literally looks at Jimmy and goes, "Go take care of that." So Jimmy and Jey are fighting at the top of the ramp, almost at the top of the ramp. Jimmy hits Jey a couple times. Jey hits him with a good super kick, and then Jey spears Jimmy off the ramp through a table down below, like pretty far down below too. I was like, oh damn. So Roman's watching all of this distracted, and Rhodes uses the distraction to apply a schoolboy and get a 2 on Roman. Roman then hits a spear for a near fall of his own. Rhodes then speared Reigns through the barricade. Yeah, you heard me right. Cody speared Roman through the barricade. Rhodes then hits consecutive crossroads, but in comes Solo with the Samoan spike. So Roman's getting to his feet. He's kind of slow to get up. Solo's got Cody, and he's like, "Roman, get up. Get up. You need to end him. End this now." And Roman's like, "I know. I'm getting there." And he's like slowly getting up, using the ropes to help himself up. And Solo holds Cody so Roman can spear him. So Roman then goes for the pin. 1, 2. And then we hear... Out comes John frickin' Cena. Cena runs out to dispatch of Solo. Because I'm thinking here, okay, Jay takes care of Jimmy. Perfect. But who takes care of Solo? And it didn't even cross my mind. Duh. Cena makes so much sense because Cena's last match, Solo beat him. So Cena takes out Solo. He gets in the ring. He takes out Solo, throws him out of the ring, grabs Roman, hits him with an AA. He then jumps out of the ring, grabs Solo, puts Solo on his shoulders, AA, through the announce table. As soon as he does that, we hear, if you smell what the Rock is cooking. And Cena's face changes, and he's like, oh, crap. The Rock makes his way down to the ring. John jumps into the ring to go face to face as the crowd starts chanting, holy shit. Cena tries to go for a swing. Rock ducks it, grabs John, rock bottom, and then we hear Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, and the Shield music plays. Rock starts looking out into the crowd, and my dumbass goes, Rollins ain't Ambrose? It's the Shield music. And my dumbass thinking Ambrose could show up. It ain't gonna be no John Moxley. I was in Japan a day and a half ago. Yesterday or whenever. Anyways. So, Roman gets to his feet. Rock's looking around in the crowd like, where's this guy coming from? I know he comes from the crowd when he does this. And then all of a sudden, Roman's like, watch out. And Rock turns around. Roman runs past the Rock and boom, Superman punch takes out Seth. All of a sudden, boom, lights go out. Start to turn their lights on their phone. And we hear, boom, boom. Lights come back on. And the Rock's just looking up like, where you at? Where you at? Undertaker's right behind him. Rock turns around. Boom. Goozle. Choke slam. Rock's taken out by the Undertaker. The lights go back out. They come back on and Undertaker's disappeared. Mark Calloway is gone. This then leads to Rhodes and Reigns being the only two visible. Well, sort of Rollins. Rollins is laid out. Some reason Roman's still distracted by Cody, so Seth. So he hits him with a chair a couple times. This distraction allows Rhodes to hit Reigns with 2 consecutive crossroads, and then goes, I need one more. So it's a third crossroads. This time, the 3 worked. The 3 were not stopped like last year, and he pins them 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes is our new undisputed WWE Universal Champion. And Samantha Irving was every Cody crybaby in the world in that moment when she said, and your winner, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. She's holding back the tears. She's trying not to cry. She's feeling the emotion we're all feeling. They hand Cody the belt, and his bride jumps in the ring with him. Cody is down on his knees, holding the title, and there's Brandy with him to celebrate as well. So they show replays of the match and this and that, and Cody's celebrating and whatnot, and then some guys run down to the ring. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, John Cena, LA Knight, Randy Orton, and Brandy are all in the ring to celebrate. Jey and Sami then hoist Cody up on their shoulders. CM Punk then gets in the ring to hug Cody. His mom, Michelle, his sister, Teal, Lil Brody Jr. is in there as well, and other family members of the Rhodes family. All are in the ring to celebrate with Cody Rhodes. Cody then grabs the mic. He's like, hey, I know you guys have been here for a long time. Oblige me for one moment. And it looks like these 72,000 people have not budged. They're still sitting in their chairs. They're still there. They want to soak in this entire moment. It looks like, and I could have been wrong, it looks like nobody was trying to leave yet, even though the show was technically over. The match was over. Main event was done. And so he's like, I need to thank two people. The two people that got me here. If it wasn't for these two people, this would never happen. The first person is more specifically, he's like, Bruce Pritchard, please come down here. Because if it wasn't for you, I would not have come back to WWE. He then says, and the other man who's probably going to be kicking and screaming, but I need him to come out here. Triple H, please come down here. Bruce Pritchard and Triple H make their way into the ring. They both give Cody big hugs. John Cena's in. So John Cena's in the ring and he's happy as shit. He's bouncing up and down. Yeah. And he walks over to Brandy and says something to Brandy. He like laughs something off with Randy Orton. They just like laugh at each other or whatever. Cody then gets out of the ring, goes over to Michael Cole and gives him just the biggest hug. Michael Cole told the story moments before this on how, most people didn't see it in Cody Rhodes, but when Cody Rhodes gave his father's Hall of Fame speech, like the induction speech, they knew he was going to be a star from that moment. And Michael Cole was, I guess he's like a producer of that event, the Hall of Fame, and was like, when he did that, I told people, we need to get this kid now. We need to get this kid up and ready and going because he's going to be a star. So he shook hands with Corey Graves, shook hands with Pat McAfee, but he really embraced with Cody. And Michael Cole told Cody, you could see him mouth it, I love you. Cody said, I love you too. Jumps back in the ring. Fireworks aplenty. Cody eventually gets out of the ring, starts thanking all these different people. He embraces with Nick Khan, who's sitting in the front row as well. He walks up the ramp, holds that title up one more time, and the show goes off the air. Well, it goes to replay of the whole thing, and this has been a broadcast presentation from the WWE, that new video they got. But this was awesome. Such a great night, such an amazing show, such an awesome event. And yeah, you know what I thought. Now let's get these polls going and see what you guys thought. So switch poll, what did you think of night 2 of WrestleMania? I liked it. It was all right. I didn't like it. Yeah. Great night, great show. Both nights were great. Night 1 had a couple, I wouldn't call them full-on stinkers. Well, I don't know, the Usos match wasn't all that great. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this year's WrestleMania. Both nights were so good. I cried multiple times during the Cody match. I even teared up a little bit for Bayley. I will say that. Bayley is my all-time favorite female wrestler, so great to see her get her first, so they said this was her first big singles win, but it's not really because she did win like a 4-way with the women's championship on the line back in the day. So I don't know. But regardless, let's get these polls going and see what you guys thought. Let's refresh all of these. As far as the, threads poll, let's go. 88% liked the show. 6% thought it was just all right. And 6% didn't like it. Some of the comments here. You loved it. I liked it. Best night of the 2. Yeah, for sure. Night 2 was better than night 1. And then the person says, Cody finished the story. Looking at the Twitter poll. Go here. It didn't want to refresh. Let's try this. Looking at the Twitter poll. 94.9% liked it. 2.6% thought it was just all right. And 2.6% didn't like it. Looking at the YouTube community poll, 92% liked it, 5% thought it was just all right, and 3% didn't like it. Some of the comments said, what an amazing WrestleMania 40 night 2. Cody deserves it. First says one word, incredible. First says Owens, Orton, and Logan, best match of the night. I don't know if I'd go that far. Because I like Drew and Seth better, and I like the main event the best of all. First says 10 out of 10. This person says best WrestleMania in years. That's true. First says thank you, Roman. Can't get better than that. And the person says, who voted they didn't like it? Question mark. Also, there is a video circulating. I could throw it up right here. Hold on. Roman and Heyman having a moment after the show as well. Pull this up on the screen. The show's over. they're celebrating Cody and them in the ring and whatnot. And Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns have a little moment at the top of the ramp. Not sure exactly what this is, but yeah, they share a moment at the top of the ramp. Looking at the community poll, the live poll. 87% liked the show, 8% thought it was just all right, and 5% didn't like it. And finally, everybody that voted on Twitch liked the show. Now, here's my question. Where the crap is next year's WrestleMania going to be? Why do we not have an announcement for next year's WrestleMania? Why have they not told us where WrestleMania 41 is? There's something I forgot to mention here. Big announcement for the month of May. On May 24th and 25th, WWE will ascend in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. That's a Friday and a Saturday. Yeah, you heard me right. On May 24th, Friday Night SmackDown will come to us from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And then on May 25th, King and Queen of the Ring. Now, if you remember, we were supposed to get King and Queen of the Ring last year, and then they changed it to Night of Champions to crown the World Heavyweight Champion. So that was announced tonight as well. WWE will be going to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia for both SmackDown and King and Queen of the Ring on Friday, May 24th and Saturday, May 25th. So it's the first SmackDown emanating from Saudi Arabia, which is cool, which means we don't have to get a pre-taped SmackDown. We don't have to know all the results ahead of time. Well, we will, because they're going to film that show early that morning, and then we'll get it live at 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock, wherever you live that night in May. But yeah, so SmackDown and King and Queen of the Ring, the end of May in Saudi Arabia, which means coming up soon, we're going to start getting, I guess you could say, the King of the Ring qualifiers and King of the Ring brackets and all that stuff. So King and Queen of the Ring coming. Can't wait. But with that, guys, that is going to wrap everything up. I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. But we're not done. We got one more big show tomorrow. Technically, we got two big shows still coming up because we got Monday Night Raw tomorrow, the Raw after WrestleMania. And then, well, Tuesday, we got NXT, which could technically also be a pretty big show, because we know there's a couple new WWE signees, and we don't know where they're going to show up. Julia, we don't know if she's coming in now or coming in later. There's a possibility maybe she's on Tuesday's NXT. It was reported today Jacob Fatu is signed with WWE. Is he going straight to the main roster, going to be part of the Bloodline, or do they put him in NXT as well? Also, there's the rumor from a month or so ago that Tama Tonga is coming to WWE, so where does he go? We get him on Raw tomorrow. We get him on NXT, SmackDown on Friday, so this week is still more big stuff to come because there's stuff we don't know. Trick Williams reportedly coming up to the main roster tomorrow. So a lot of stuff still to go, still to talk about. I love pro wrestling. When done right, there is no other form of entertainment better than professional wrestling. Like I said, when done right. And everyone bitching and moaning, oh, Cody should have won last year. Cody should have won. Now looking at what happened this year, is the right call. It actually was the right call for Cody not to win. Wait a whole other year. Feel like he got screwed by the Bloodline and then him get his redemption. Also, we do have a super chat here where it says, I thought there would be more interference in the last match. From who, though, is the question. Like, Jimmy came out to make the save. He got taken out. Solo came out to make the save. He got taken out. Rock came out to make the save. He got taken out. What are we going to do? Bring out other Bloodline members that we had never seen before in WWE. Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu. Like, really, there was no other interference that would have made sense. You had all the Bloodline come out, and you had people dispatch of the Bloodline. So, yeah. But with that, again, I want to say thank you for joining me here. And we'll have more to talk about over the next 24 hours, 48 hours. The whole next week should still be packed with news. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.